There we go. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Okay, good. Hatterene Absol's a lot better physical than Hatterene does. We'll go with that. New game's coming out in 2025. We are shiny hunting all of the megas in preparation for Legends ZA. We are shiny hunting everything capable of mega evolving before Legends ZA releases. Well, Sand Slash, Bear Tick. Actually, probably go for the Bear Tick because that. Ooh, actually, no, that's more Pico. We can go. This is a pretty good. This is a bit of a good path thing. We got super effective, super effective, super effective. That's actually ideal. Yeah, we're trying to get everything in preparation for the Legends ZA. I mean, I gotta hunt all the legendaries anyway for the shiny living decks, so I might as well make them all Legends ZA teams and I get pushed out. That's a little bit of the plan. I wonder if the primals are gonna make a return in Legends ZA if you're even gonna be able to bring Groudon, Rayquaza, and Kyogre. Well, then Rayquaza a primal. Wonder how it's gonna go. Could be interesting to see. Blizzard. Does Blizzard have better action than Fire Blast? Yeah, just go Fire Blast. Just get better power. Same power, better accuracy. Special attack boost? Special attack boost. Nah, okay, man, I can take that. Why the freak am I losing frames? Why am I losing frames? I literally just reset this computer before things started off. And I haven't even done anything. Why the freak are we already losing frames? I don't get this computer sometimes. I do not understand. Why is it? I literally start this thing up and immediately we're getting throttled on frame drops. Let's see if we can fix this. So the freaking... Oh my gosh, this is infuriating. I don't get it. Why have we been having frame issues lately? We fixed this 2 months ago, and nothing wants to be fixed. Work, you stupid PC. LOJ. Work, you stupid PC. There we go. Well, we got debuff. Let's go Night Slash. Let's go Night Slash. We just got D-Max. Not D-Max. Max. Max. What am I? Which I think is the best. Okay. Oh, good critical hit. Nice. Wait, right! Contrary, that boosted it. That's kind of good that you did that. That's fun. Kind of good thing that. Yeah, I don't know why. So you're not seeing any frame drops, Jay? Okay, you're not seeing any frame drops? That's good. Doing knows a lot because of good. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we got like a freaking massive spike of frame drops. It seems to have stable. Literally right as I say that, it just immediately starts spiking again. If anyone sees any frame drops, please let me know, because this is just weird. I'm working perfectly fine, nothing wrong with it. Okay, thank you. Reassuring, but I'm gonna need to go in and fix things later then. Because I'm seeing frame drops. I'm seeing we are continuing to lose frames. So I don't know what that is or why it's doing that, but I need to go and I need to fix this. I probably need to drop the bit rate again. We dropped the bit rate from I think it was like 10,000 down to like 5,000, and we're still getting frame issues. Not as many frame issues, but we're still getting frame issues. So we need to figure out what it is when. But we're gonna figure it out. I am not gonna take this. I don't need it. Okay, that's fine. I mean, Malamar's not bad. We don't need it, really. Hopefully something takes the Bear Tick. We should be fine. Crystal clear if you don't have the game, but... Oh! crystal clear if you don't know. Okay, I thought when you said crystal clear, I thought you meant like the stream was crystal clear because like no crystal. Okay, I understand now. The thing is, they'll never add level scaling to the mainline Pokemon games, Jay. They will never add level scaling to the actual mainline games for one reason. It would basically balloon the game's production cost and time actually spent on preparing all the Pokemon like 6-7 times over. You'd basically need to... You would basically have the devs make... For the cost of like 6 Pokemon games, in terms of team building and like the amount of time they have to spend on figuring out all the different teams for every person to use, you only get one game. Which it would cost so much money. They would basically need to sell a ridiculously large number of games that people are not actually going to be ever purchasing for. More operatic music. Looks like Legendary is... No, the guy who worked on God of War's music is the same guy that's been working on the MonsterVerse movies music. It's the same guy, Bear McCreary. It's literally the same dude. Hey, Temper. But yeah, no, it's very unlikely they will ever add level scaling into the mainline Pokemon games, just because for how much money it would cost in order to add level scaling, you would never get those return on investments. Hello there, TN Titan. How you doing? How do you do? I'm doing well. Again, the frame's absolutely going ballistic for some stupid reason. Which, need to fix that. Yeah, I need to fix frames. I need to figure out what the freak is going on with my PC and why it keeps doing this. But we will figure that out when we figure that out. I think it's just I gotta go in and drop the bitrate again. If I just go and do that, we should be fine. Yeah, we just need to figure out why the freak is doing that. It seems like the frame drops are going away now. So something must have just been running in the background on the PC. How about we do this? Do I really get rid of disable preview? There we go. Let's see if that works. Let's see if this changes anything. No, the streaming software is dropping frames. As in, like, OBS itself is saying, you're dropping frames. Absol and Dynamax Avengers is not exactly that good. It's okay and usable, but most of that stuff... Freaking Hatterene does so much damage. Hatterene does so much damage! If only we did a little bit more damage, we would have actually not needed to go round 2, and I would have been able to Dynamax immediately against the thing. Look at the survive. We would have survived immediately. Okay, it seems like that definitely got rid of some of the frame drops. So, going into performance mode, definitely. Yeah, the Hatterene in Dynamax Adventures is fantastic. A lot of the fairy types in DAs are not very good if they have Play Rough. Hatterene is the only one that actually is good at using Play Rough because it is the only one with an actual attack stat. Weird as it is, Hatterene actually has a very weirdly high physical attack stat for a special attacker. I think it's like 90-something? You know, we are definitely still getting some frame drops. So, I don't know why this keeps happening. Do I want to go with this? No, yeah, it's good I did that because now the NPCs, actually bots, will actually be able to do that. So I wouldn't even be able to use it anyway. So say you shiny hunt and got a shiny Celebi or Mew. Could you trade it to Pokemon Stadium 2 and then trade it home? I don't think you can trade anything into Pokemon Home. I mean, I don't think you can trade anything into Stadium. Because if I recall correctly, Stadium basically... You basically copy Pokemon from your main games onto Pokemon Stadium, like basically the Battle Box team registration. I think. When it comes to like putting Pokemon into Pokemon Stadium. So I know that's what it was for Pokemon Battle Revolution. You basically connect your DS to the Wii. It would read, okay, this is what's in your PC. And then it will give you those Pokemon in Battle Revolution. So, I think Stadium works on the same principle, because Stadium and Revolution are kind of a similar thing. But I don't know for sure. Okay, then, yeah, no, you don't actually trade anything into the game. Hello, Daniel Bertrand. Very good luck on getting shiny. Good luck on trying to get shiny Zekrom. Maybe not trading, but like there's some way for a crystal player to be able to get to it. Those would still be flagged as genned or hacked. Hello there, Dwagon Hunter. Love the name. But yeah, no, there isn't a way to get stuff from those ROM hacks or fan games onto the actual mainline games without there being a flag saying these are things that should not be here. I think it would be better something. Yeah, there's no way of doing that because it would always be flagged as not from an actual game. And Home would probably perma-block that. But there goes LATIAS. Let's see if putting on the replay capture screen demos everything here, because if it does, this is not good. I don't know why everything is over here. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go in and see what's going on with my PC and why this is acting up. Would the ROM hack even be able to interact with the Stadium too, which is crazy to me? Well, it depends on the way in which the game interacts with Pokemon Stadium. Because if you can just trick the system, because remember, Stadium, they just ported in the games 1-to-1. So if you can just basically get past that check of, oh, this game reads like it is just the original game, then it really isn't that difficult. I guess, because if you make the game think it's just Pokemon Crystal, then it would still be able to bypass that. Nope, literally the only things I have open are OBS. And right now it's the task manager, so I'm going around and I'm closing, like, seeing if there's anything in the background running. Like, for some reason, there's, like, the mail app running. But, like, I'm not seeing anything that's drawing a lot of resources. So I don't know what's going on with it. Because we didn't have this problem yesterday. I swear if it's somehow Steam that was the cause of it. Because normally whenever I load this computer up for the first time every day, I open up Steam and I close Steam down. Because it sometimes like lets to run in the background for some reason. But again, there's been this weird rash of frame drops lately. It was spiking up a couple of months ago, then it down spiked. I don't know. You have the Onion Fairy, the Hairless Cat to be shiny. The game will trick the intuitive thinking that is legitimate. Oh wait, in the intro. Are read as actually legitimate. Yes, but here's the thing. The game will if you try putting them in the other games, they will still get flagged as not being it. Okay, yeah, no, the replay buffer is actually being a big problem. Okay. Yeah, I don't get what's going on with this. I don't understand why the PC does not seem to want to work correctly right now. I saw Jade. I kind of have other things that are a bit of important. Like, OBS is kind of ripping itself to pieces. I'm kind of trying to figure that out, Jade. Orbital Auroras. We're going for the Auroras. What was that? Oh, Thiebuel. We're going for the Thiebuel. What's the steel type? Oh, Bronze on. We're kind of trying to figure out what's going on with the thing. Can I actually put them in there or not? I don't use ROM hacks, so I don't know. There are much less robust hack checks in things like Pokemon Home than they have the actual World Tournaments. The main reason they don't have the as robust hack checks in Pokemon Home is specifically so hackers cannot reverse engineer the hack checks. It sounds weird, but the reason is so that they can't reverse engineer the hack checks, so that way they can't get past them for future things. It's really, really, really weird, but it is to prevent people from hacking better. If they're counted as gen, they would be able to go in, but they will still be read as hacked. And that's kind of the thing. Even if they're allowed in, that doesn't mean you can bypass them being read as gen. Internally, Home will know that they are gen. Which is a dangerous thing when you consider having gen and hack stuff in your Switch and thing. Can get that system bricked. Which means it's just perma-cut off from online, and there's no way to re-enable it. Nintendo will not re-enable it, they can't re-enable it, and you can't even, sell your Switch. Because no one will buy a Switch that cannot connect to the online. Yeah. It's kind of a thing. It is very much kind of a thing. But okay, so let me know if there's any frame drops, because I'm still getting a massive outbreak of frame issues. So maybe I do, again, tomorrow I'm going to go in and I'm going to pull back more class and I'm going to increase the bit rate again. I don't know why it is, everything just doesn't want to work correctly. It's like, because I edited and rendered a whole video earlier today, so well, no, it wouldn't be because of the rendering, because I restarted the computer after doing that. Right? Wait, did I restart after that? I restarted after doing that. I don't know. This computer just... Technology hurts my brain. So, it hurts my brain. Yeah, but actually, I didn't look in the trades. Yes. That's the reason why I don't use the GTS. Every Pokemon I use is 100% homegrown. I catch them myself, I breed them myself, I do not accept trades. That's one of the reasons why, as a policy on the channel is we do not accept shinies from viewers. That is a broad blanket thing. And why when we do the shiny giveaways, any Pokemon that I receive in the trades while doing the shiny giveaway, because I have to have a straight 1-for-1, all of them get put in one box at the end of the stream, or any number of boxes necessary. They all go in Pokemon Home, and they all get released. So how do you feel if in Gen 10 games decide, you know what, let's listen to basically put Pokemon Showdown and Pokemon? How do you feel? I would honestly criticize that. I would say that is Game Freak massively bending over for the Genning crowd. I respect that Game Freak has not given in to the very loud part of the community that is saying, we need a Pokemon Showdown like drop-down menu. Like, no. The reason why is that would basically completely devalue anything like going on Pokemon styling. It would devalue the individuality of literally every single Pokemon and kind of the reason a lot of side features are included in a lot of the Pokemon games. Like, the reason why there is stuff like Dynamax Adventures, there is stuff like Ogre Ousting, is specifically because through the use of those systems, you are able to get these peripheral materials that you use to make competitive building. If you go in, you just add a drop-down menu where you can customize literally everything. You know, every move, 0 effort, and it literally becomes click 4 buttons, and your whole thing is done. There is literally 0 reason to actually play the games anymore. It would be just a hollowed out shell of what the game normally is. It's got the veneer of everything, but everything internally is hollowed out. Like, imagine if that was in, like, Generation 4. The whole reason the Battle Frontier exists, and the reason why the Battle Subway existed, was as a place to grind and get the materials for competitive prepping. If instead there was just a drop-down menu where you click a few buttons and your whole team was built for competitive, the Battle Frontier would never exist. Yeah! That's why if they made it a drop-down menu for everything, I would criticize that. Hello, Patters and Packs! One of the mods go grab Pat's link plates. How are you doing? Sorry to do that in the middle of my, like, just rant tangent thing right there. Anti-genning is something I feel very passionately about. It is... There are few things I deal in absolutes. Because, again, only Siths deal in absolutes. However, when it comes to genning and hacking in Pokemon, that is something that is an absolute. There is no gray zone. There is the right side of things, which is you don't gen. And then there is the cheating. Mostly because especially if you sign up for any regionals. You specifically agree when you sign up to sign off on how every Pokemon was obtained, that you obtained every Pokemon legally. So even if a gen Pokemon and a one you legitimately prepared are identical in every way, you're still breaking the rules of the thing you signed. Yeah, the Thievial is the thing at the end. Definitely feel that genning is very low effort. Enjoy the grind for Pokemon, even takes hours. The thing is, even in the modern day, it does not really take that long to make an actual Pokemon. It really doesn't take that long. Like, building a Pokemon for competitive in the modern day and age, you can literally do that in a matter of minutes with the in-game stuff. Like, I will always flash back to the Ferrothorn I built in my Shield version. That singular Ferrothorn took me 3 hours. Because what I needed to do was I needed to get... First off, I had a female Frillish that had a 0-speed IV. I needed to get a male Frillish with a 0-speed IV, breed that with a female Galarian Mask. And I had a male Galarian Mask, so I needed to breed for a female Galarian Mask. So first of all, I needed to breed for a male Frillish, female Galarian Mask. Then, I needed to breed for a female Ferroseed. That way I could get a male Galarian Mask with a 0-speed IV. Then, put that Galarian Mask, the male, with a 0-speed IV, in the nursery with the Ferroseed Ferrothorn, to get, with a female Ferroseed Ferrothorn, to get a 0-speed IV Ferroseed. That is the starting point I needed. Then, I need to get 2 egg moves on it from 2 different branch lines. I needed to get a Leech Seed from the Roselia family and Knockoff from the Rillaboom family, which itself was 2 separate Ferroseed I needed to breed. So in total, I had 3 Ferroseed right now. Then, all I had to do was just go up into Pokemon Centers, delete 2 moves in the moveset to make room, shove that Ferroseed in the daycare with the other 2, one at a time, and they would teach egg moves to the Pharisees as long as it was an open move slot, because they changed the way egg moves worked in this game. And then that eventually became the eventual Mirror Earth thing. So that entire process took 3 hours. That was burned into my memory. Just 3 hours for that one thing. But that Pharisee was one of the most time-consuming things I ever needed to build. You don't really need that level of egg move passing down for most of the Pokemon. You don't need, like, that level of EV chain breeding for most Pokemon. You know, most anything else, like I would say 95% of every other Pokemon in the game, you can literally go catch it in whatever ball you want, in whatever thing you want, slap the bottle caps you need into it, and you're good to go. Unless you're going hard Trick Room, you really do not need 0 speed IVs, and if people are going to be perfections about you need to have 0 physical attack on all your special attackers or your defensive Pokemon because of foul plays, like, no, you don't. You're just being a little bit of an elitist. Also, the fact that if I say I'm playing Violet and can't get Scarlet, you can actually do a Union Circle with someone who has Scarlet version, both go to Area 0, and you can actually go catch a Fluttermane. Yeah, so you can actually catch your own version of Clusets. It's a really, really neat thing they actually did in Scarlet Violet with the Union Circles, is that if you go into their world, if you both go into Area 0 and you stay close to one another, you can't actually see one another in Area 0, it's a bit of a weird thing about how it's programmed, and you both go into the depths, the person in Scarlet will be able to spawn a Fluttermane. And then the player in Violet can just come over and catch that Fluttermane. We actually did this in a stream a few weeks ago, helping someone get a Fluttermane. Yeah. It's very, very handy, especially if the other person pops up for a certain counter power sandwich to sort of force that thing to spawn in more. It's really helpful. If you need to trade to get certain Pokemon, only trade with someone you know. Someone you know and someone you trust. That is the only time I would ever say to trade. I only ever trade to fill out the Pokedex, but if, like, say someone, like, touch trades me like a Shempao, I don't keep the Shempao. I just trade it back to them. I do it just to get the Dex registration. That's actually what I did with the Paradoxes. Paradox Beasts. And Swords. I forgot about that because my only friend actually has beaten Scarlet Violet with a Violet. My one friend Scarlet doesn't want to play Scarlet, like, ever. Yeah, it's... Again, they did a couple of good things with that. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But yeah, I'm doing very well, Pat. I'm doing very, very well, Pat. I debated starting a new main save file, not moving anything over. That's not normal writings. The new main save. Yeah, good idea. That's a good idea. Oh wait, what did it turn into? Oh, it turned into a dark type. That's what you turned into. Okay, just use Brain Jealousy. But yeah, no, there's a lot of like really, really good consumer-friendly things. Like, this is one thing that I don't think my friends could help me with this, but I guess there's... It could be that they just enjoy playing other games. So, what Pokemon are you looking for, Jay? Because I do have both Scarlet and Violet. If you're in the Discord, you could just like send me a message and we could do a Union Circle at some point. And just, I open up the game, go to the place where the version of it is, and you just say, okay, there's a thing over here for this thing. I mean, I'm always happy to help people get the stuff they need to fill out the Pokédex. How long do I have to wait to I have no idea. Still lurking. Oh, no, it's okay, Pat. It's okay, Pat. I've never changed my name, so I don't know how long it takes to be able to change it back. You may want to ask Rosie. I know in Splatoon is like 28 days is how long you have to wait to change your name back. you know what? I'm going to do Sunny Day activate. Because that way, at the very least, the Ivysaur can use Solar Beam. I beat Mono Ice. Nice. Nice. Yeah, this may end up being a bit of a shorter one than usual just because stream issues are happening again and again. I'm going to need to go in and I'm going to need to decrease the bitrate again. But I am noticing the frame issues are spiking up only during the Dynamax moves. So it could be also an internet problem.
Well, I wanted either Slitherwing because Ogerpon has been not as good as I like. Also, I wanted so I can't even do
what Ogerpon form have you been running? What Ogerpon form have you been using? Because I know Hearthflame was really, really good for a long time. But I think Hearthflame kind of dropped for a while. Mostly due to it was so overused, lots of people being able to bait Hearthflame butter. Whoa, word salad. People were able to bait Hearthflame Ogerpon out easily and then destroy it. Because Hearthflame Ogerpon was mostly best used for deleting the Terra Grass Bug Heatran. Hearthflame and Wellspring both aren't as good as I thought. Yeah, Wellspring, not surprised by that. Yeah, no, CJ, here's the thing. The thing can only seem to be fixed by decreasing the bitrate, which I can't do here. I can't do that while the thing is live. So, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. There's a slight issue. Yeah, that we're going to need to end off, and then I'm going to be able to fix it that way. That's why I wanted to set up Sun. That way you can taste the Thun. Also have Scalidor. Yeah, it could be a bit early. Hello there, Emerald. How do you do? No, I'm pretty sure Wake is legal. Yes, Wake is legal because Raging Bolt and Gouging Fire are also both legal in VGT. So yes, they are legal. Remember, only Pecharunt is. This. Yeah, I don't know why the frame issues are still going on. It's just kind of infuriating, but hey, things don't like working. Hey Cypress, how are you doing? I'm doing very well. And I still have to eat the raw potato. Why are you gonna eat a raw potato? I'm doing well, Cypress. Again, just Streamlabs deciding to rip itself to pieces. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Doing okay. Pretty sure Venus, or I'm not pretty sure whatever got hit by that is gonna go down. But if it got weird, yeah, I need to clean it. Okay. We still have a life on this. Yeah, you can buy that. That's the reason did I use Snarl? Did I use Snarl? I think I used Snarl once. But I'll use it again just to try and keep your special attack down. Grr. Might be able to help with the frame thing. What do you... The thing is, this is the first time it's happened in a long time. Because normally we fix the bitrate issue. Because this didn't happen last night. I think it could maybe be like an internet thing today. And, I mean, I'm going to decrease the bitrate and see if it works tomorrow. You know, we'll try fixing that. But right now I'm not going to worry about it too much. We're going to have a bit of a short scoring night. You know, it's going to be maybe like an hour or so, if that. And, you know, then we're going to... Actually, yeah. No, we're going to end up after this one, because I want to fix this thing, because I don't like... Yeah, we decreased the bitrate. We cut the bitrate in half. About 2 months ago. And this is still going on. Just join the Discord to give me a check. Thank you very much. What have you seen so far, Dragon Hunter? If you don't mind my asking. Yeah, we might do one more. No Obama Snow, no Overodds, no Thievuel, no LATIAS. No LATIAS. But thank you very much for enjoying the content. It does mean the world to me. Especially with the history of the channel, it means the world. For that, I'd recommend watching the Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky Let's Play series for kind of more on that. Wait a minute. It is good to see you again, Garrett. How are you doing? Glad to see you're doing well. Let's go solo. Ooh, Durant. Oof. Exit away. Let's... If those who don't know, if you press the plus button when you're in this Dynamax Adventure main screen, you can switch between stats and moves. Durant. Yeah, let's go stick with Durant. Let's go with Durant. Oh, happy birthday. We're going for a restriction. Like, no, I don't think you are not able to use Groudon or Lunala yet. No restricted legendaries are permitted to the best of my knowledge. If they are permitted, that's a new one, and I didn't know that. But I don't think they are permitted yet. That's a Frostmoth over there. Let's go this way. Thank you, you're welcome. You are welcome, Dr. Hello, for taking a little nap. Thank you very much for a little bit of a likey thing. Thank you very, very much. But yeah, no, we're going to be ending off... No, but... watched the Mega Evolution tier list, and it was like, very well done. And I like your opinions on videos, as well also the shiny reaction videos. Yeah, that 78 shiny reaction video is done very, very well. The shiny reaction videos have done very well. At this point, Mewtwo shouldn't even be restricted because it's Exapel after Generation 5. The thing is, the reason Mewtwo is a restricted is entirely because of its base stat total. There is only one legendary Pokemon that has a base stat total above 600 that is not a restricted legendary. And that one legendary is Regigigas. And the main reason for that is just down to its ability. Every other legendary that has a higher than base 600 stat total, those are the restricted legendaries. Yes, because of slow start on Regigigas. Basically, here's the shorthand. If a legendary Pokemon has base like 660 or higher stats other than Regigigas, that is a restricted legendary. Arceus is a mythical. That is its own separate anomaly. Mythicals are blanket banned in VGC. The only time they were allowed was Series, I believe, 13 Sword and Shield, because by that point BDSP was out, and no one gave a crap about Sword and Shield's competitive scene anymore. Are there any Mythicals. Mythicals are just blanket banned. As well as sort of another little thing, which is event-exclusive Pokemon are banned. So, Ash Greninja was never allowed in VGC, and... Yes, Ash Greninja was never allowed in VGC. The V-Create Rayquaza was never allowed in VGC, because that was a move you could only get via an event, and V-Create is not normally a move Rayquaza gets access to. Let me get about the better for like 6 days. Oh no, this was like 3 months. I'm pretty sure Series 13 went on for like 3 months. It was a very prolonged period of time. I do not miss Series... Series 13 removed the 2 restricted limitation. For those who don't know VGC rules and regulations, normally when the big legendaries are allowed, you're only allowed to bring in 2 legendary restricted. So you can't bring a team of like Zacian, Groudon, Dialga, Palkia, Eternatus, and Mewtwo. No. It can only be, okay, I've got Zacian and I got Dialga. Or I've got Zacian and I've got Groudon. I've got Kyogre and Rayquaza. You can only go in with 2 of them. And Series 13, they were just like, you know what? It would be fun if we just had no restrictions. You can have as many restricted legendaries as you want, and you can bring in mythicals. What could possibly go wrong? Literally everything. Then again, no one cared about competitive at that point. No one was taking it seriously, so that's fine. I mean, people stopped caring about BDSP, like, instantly. Yeah, people are going back to BDSP. But I was like, you never play... BDSP was never where competitive format was. There was no actual competitive thing within BDSP. It was always within Sword and Shield. Wow, that freaking swagger entirely backfired because you freaking used it on a Pokemon with a contrary. Yeah, but people, I mean, I'd say it's a bit harsh to say people stopped caring about BDSP instantly because no one cared about BDSP initially, because before BDSP even came out, we all knew Legends Arceus was coming. So, it's kind of giving BDSP a little bit of credit where it didn't have any, because the game was dead on arrival. I mean, I liked BDSP. I will defend BDSP. I mean, I'm known for playing devil's advocate. Like, I will defend BDSP because I do think it is a game legitimately worth defending. It did a lot of things right, and it gets unfairly blasted. It did make some missteps, but a lot of those missteps were actually on orders from Game Freak when Ilka wanted to do something different. Like, the BDSP Ilka wanted to create was actually the kind of BDSP the players wanted. But because Legends Arceus was releasing, Game Freak sent from on high, you are going to make this game traditional, standard Pokemon, a 1-to-1 remake of Diamond and Pearl, because we do not want to run the risk of BDSP and Legends Arceus potentially flopping, because both of these are going to be experimental. Yeah. So basically, BDSP died, so Legends Arceus could live. Don't know, that's what I sent in DMs. Yeah, remember my team was Zacian and Cinnamon, Groudon, Grimmsnarl, Rillaboom. Is that Series 12 or Series 13? Because that sounds like a Series 12 team. I mean, I know my Series 12 team was, as I like to call it, Sunburned with Shade, because it was Groudon, I think Grimmsnarl, and I know Calyrex Ghost Rider was on that team. I know very, very for certain Calyrex Ghost Rider was on that team. Okay, was there? Okay. Maybe it was Kyogre? Yeah, no, I remember Series 12, I called it Sunburn with Shade. It was a oh, Gazrodon was on the team as well. It was a brute force hyper offense, solar power life orb G-Max Charizard. It was pure brute force. Like, that's one of the things about Charizard. Like, again, Charizard is a Pokemon that I will, blast, because there are times I do definitely say that Charizard deserves a little bit of criticism. I mean, a lot of bit of criticism. But, like, as a Pokemon on its own, it actually can stand up on its own 2 feet pretty well. Like, Charizard was always a Sun Beat Stick. It literally did one thing, and that was, under Sun, hit things with high-powered fire moves. That was all it ever did. And, like, even if Charizard didn't have G-Max Wildfire, you'd still see solar-powered you'd still see solar-powered Dynamax Charizard doing 99.9% of the exact same things it does in Sword and Shield. with or without the G-Max. It did the same amount of stupid brute force. Which again, on its own, it's a Pokemon that I think is worth defending because it does get unfairly criticized to some degrees. There are definitely a lot of valid criticism to levy against Charizard. It definitely gets way too much fan service. But it is also overhated, which is why actually there's a video working on in the future, which is basically Charizard overhated and overrated. It's a bit of both. He was Semi-Sun, it was even Gastrodon helped by the... You know, any team that runs a Groudon, they always have a Gastrodon on it, back in Sword and Shield. Gastrodon was a standard partner for Groudon because of Water Move Storm Drain. So that way, even if Sun wasn't up, Groudon could still exert a lot of pressure on something like a Kyogre. You know, that was a very common thing, was Gastrodon Groudon that era. Was my other Pokemon a Venusaur? A lot of Sun teams, you'd actually see Venusaur and Charizard, both of them being run, because they actually work very well together, because they both work well on the Sun team. Venusaur got roasted, sadly. Greedent, just go freak. Did this Greedent use Max Steel Spike, I think? This Greedent had its defensive stats. This has to be used in defenses. Oh, no, it just used, like, Swords Dance. Okay, that's why it's doing so much freaking damage. Honestly, looking back, I probably would have added something other than Star more effectively used the Sun. I would have recommended Chirim. For those who don't know, Chirim, when under Sun, activates its ability Flower Gift. Gives you a 50% boost to the Chirim and everyone else's physical attack, and gives a 50% boost to everything's special defense, including the Chirim. So it's basically a free choice band and a free assault vest without either of the penalties. And Chirim gets Helping Hand. I remember in one of the World's competitions, or maybe it was one of the international, maybe it was NAIC, someone actually did have a Sun Chirim on grassy terrain use Grassy Glide to game end Kyogre. Maybe it was... Yeah, no, it was Grassy Glide to take out Kyogre. It was great. I love it. Wait, did you say that in response to me saying Chirim is like a really, really good thing to have on it? Or just before I even mentioned the Chirim thing? You know, Chirim is like actually pretty good. But I did want to use dual screens, not to mention it was a double thing. Yeah. Like, Grimmsnarl is one of those Pokemon that is... It's rarely bad. Like, almost any team is made immediately better. Like, Grimmsnarl is one of those Pokemon that you can basically slap onto any team and it works well. Like, it just works. Just because it is that strong. Like, it's... Spirit Break, dual screens, and priority Thunder Wave, or yeah, I don't. Did it get Parting Shot back then? I don't know if Grimmsnarl got Parting Shot back then, but like priority screens, priority Thunder Wave, and Spirit Break, all while being immune to other pranksters using Taunt on you. Like, what is bad about that? There is literally nothing in that does not benefit literally every single team in existence. Do you think my team would still be good and spell about? Yes. Yes. Even being someone who is using a Rillaboom in a draft league at the moment, the nerf to Grassy Glide, it basically nerfed it for everything else. Rillaboom can still use Grassy Glide really well. Like, yes, it doesn't immediately game end everything it used to, but it's still good at game ending things. It's still very good at game ending things. If you want to even run Grassy Glide on it, there's a lot of people who actually do, like, sort of not run Grassy Glide Koraidon and they instead just go, like, just Woodhammer as a very savage grass stab with, like, maybe Citrus Berry. And, like, it works. It works. Again, Woodhammer 120 base power move with Stab Grass Drain. Protects Drunks that cleave through even resist, or go Bandit. Actually, well, Chirim, if I recall, is not in Scarlet Violet. I don't think Chirim is in Scarlet and Violet, so you kind of can't do that. Yeah, I don't think it is in the game. I don't think so. But if you're looking for another Sunsweeper, I mean, there's a couple of good people that take advantage of and capitalize on it. I think good would work. Also, what do you mean? Wait. Chirim? Chirim's in Scarlet Violet? Chirim is in Scarlet and Violet? How did I not notice that thing? I was looking forward to that thing being added into the game so I could use it with Koraidon. I mean, I can check as well. I mean, we're going to be ending off, like, right now. Because the frame drops are getting close to... The frame drops are creeping in to 10% range. And that means literally a tenth of the stream is just not going through. Let's go check. Let's see. Is Chirim in the game? Is Chirim in the game? Let's check. Let's go check on the SarahB.net page. Heatmore Chicken is not there. No shiny Heatmore. No shiny Sharpedo. No shiny Goodydent. No LATIAS. Nope. Its last entry was Generation 8, so it is not in Scarlet Violet yet. I still think there is the potential for future Dex expansions of Scarlet Violet, because especially if they're not releasing another game later this year, I think there is every possibility in the world that they release another Dex expansion pack. Let's go raid someone, because this is just... I don't know, it's just like, I don't get why the lag is just as problematic as it is. Who do we raid? What do we raid? Yo, this is not something I think we've ever raided before. Let's go raid them. Let's go raid this person. Fipsymon. I don't think we have ever raided them before. Hey, Xanders. Hello there, Yamata. So, we're kind of ending off right now because OBS is kind of having a bit of a complete aneurysm right now. Like, it is dropping a lot of frames. Tomorrow we'll be live again. Hopefully, by then, it'll be fixed. But there's a lot of, like, for some reason, there's a lot of issues with the streaming service right now. I will fix this tomorrow. I'll fix it later tonight, see if it works tomorrow. But I don't like raiding, like, this shortly after starting. But I also don't like the stream, like, not working. So, we have a lot of other stuff to watch. It's exclamation mark playlist. But we're gonna go raid Fipsymon. They're doing some Indigo Disc, beating it with only shinies. So that sounds pretty fun. Kind of a bit like what we're doing with shiny hunting. But I will see you guys over there. Thank you very much for staying with us today. It does mean the world. Let's